I heard about that since from Basse that cattle is being sold. So I also decided that I should go to Kanilai.
You did not. That's not what you said earlier. What you said earlier, and in your statement, is that you were coming to Kombo, and on the way you heard that cattle is being sold in Kanilai, so you decided to pass by Kanilai on your way to Kombo. Now you're saying that from the get-go in Basse, you have to wait for the question to be translated. From the get-go in Basse, your intention was to stop at Kanilai before coming to Banjul.
Follow Emma Woko. Follow Anton Walla Kabri Bonan Basse, or you are in a level for the more Ninsol Sambanga. What we call Mpanangataji Najibe. But Simon Poka Wallan Yentiko, either a Kanilai, Pur, Kaninsol, Lindsay Wapo Jibe. Akatanya.
Deco. Kabin Tata J, Abim Conolem, Puta Johnsonoto, Naje in Ninsol Benala, Combatungata Kanilai Jube. Birin Tata J, Nater San Sankono. Natali Benis Waffle, and you go down to Natali Benis Waffle, Farantata Kafuima, that is Benis Waffle.
No, it was my plan was to go to Kanilai and see the place, but it was a coincidence that when I went there, I saw people buying and selling cattle, so I also mixed with them and also became part of the process.
Mr. Kwara, I just want you to tell us which is which. Did you leave Basse to come to Banjul and then decided to pass by Kanilai on the way when you saw people leaving Kanilai with cattle? Or did you leave Basse with the intention to go to Kanilai because you knew the sales were taking place?
Habo muntinun kata kanilla ya plan kata kanilla bang o briga na kanilla jojo ye mo la je nin so be bro wala sambaje kuma wala nyantalo
ko ngakibaro mo birim Basse.
I heard this news since I was in Basse before coming while I was in Basse.
Birin nata kanilla Johnson.
When I came up to the Johnson
ngaje ni so be moto ko ne be bola ni so be moto ko na be bola kanilla.
I saw some cattle put in big lorries and then moving out of Kanilai going towards. And that was exactly the reason why I coughed and went inside Kanilai.
So what you're stating here actually even contradicts your statement. Because no, you can. So in your statement, you said that in one of the towns on the way, that is where you heard that the sale was taking place. Now you are telling us that you heard about the sales in Basse. Which is which? Which one do you want the committee to?
Kuma fula sa wala pintitana. Polo yiko kabri basele ya moy ko ninsi wako be kanilla. Bari kuma no ko kabri na kan silo kan ya moy ko ninsi wako be kanilla. Min kuma mala nyanta lola sa.
Sa men nyanta lola. Membe na statement ko.
So take the one on my statement. That one should stand. The one on my statement should stand.
You want us now to take that it is on the way you learned that the sales were taking place.
So, yes.
So why did you tell us that you learned about the sales in Basse?
That's how I put it.
You need to give us a better answer for that question.
Then
what I put in my statement is what is the truth.
And what did you put in your statement?
Statement auto.
But when
I came up to Kanilai, I saw cattle going out. Then when I also branched and went.
You know what? That is not what's in your statement, Mr. Kora. What's in your statement? I'm going to read it out. It says, I overheard in in one of the towns that there was cattle sale taking place in Kanilai. Out of curiosity, I decided to go there to see for myself. This is different from what you just said.
But
that's what I also repeated.
Ninko sate kono ba be jele ngamo jele.
So it means in Basse because of
So in one of the towns you're referring to Basse, from between Basse and
Yes, I was referring to Basse.
Who in Basse?
Because that's where I came from.
Who in Basse informed you about the sale?
Jimale ite kalamutandi nyina Basse konola. I just heard people saying it.
People where? Who are these people?
People were just saying it on the road.
So people on the road in Basse were just randomly talking about sales of cattle being taking place in Kanilai.
So itakaya mo la mola tenro bafala ko watro be kekan Kanilai. Yes, I heard people say it.
Are you sure about this, Mr. Kora?
Felato kuma kamala ba Mr. Kora.
Kafu ngamo molle.
Kafu ya mo molle.
Ngamo molle. I'm sure that.
Yes.
Mr. Kora, these sales were not advertised.
Mr. Kora, ni watro man kankula.
They were not announced on TV.
Emang kankula teleto.
They were not announced on the radio.
Emang kankula radio to.
It was not published in the newspaper.
And the mafin in the severe kaitold.
So how is it possible that people in Basse all knew about the sales taking place in Kanilai to the point where it was being discussed in the street?
Woto Basse ko dumbe nyim kuma kam moyla nyaare fon fo silo kam molbe tarra nyim fola. I really do not know, but that's where I heard it.
Mr. Kora, I think you did actually learn about the sales.
Mr. Kora,
but you did not learn about it randomly in the street.
Bari imamo isilo kande. Ye kalmitandala. I heard it on the road because I've already sworn to the Quran. Because I have a shop along the road. It's not far from the market, the garage.
So that's it. You heard it in the garage from people.
So yes, I heard people talking about it.
Did you try to confirm from other people, or did you just? Was it then that you decided to get into your car and drive to Canada?
No, I made no confirmation. I made no confirmation. I just entered my car, and while I was coming, I saw these cattle. Then I also took a turn, and then branch to Kanilai.
So you made the decision at the junction, not before you left Basse.
So itele decision pour ka fo beta Kanilai wo keta Johnson old amanke Basse. Yes, I made the decision at the junction, but I heard the news from Basse.
But you did not try to confirm the news you heard in Basse, did you?
Bari man kibaro nying confirm dankene yandi kabribe Basse. No, because then I was on the road coming.
Mr. Kora, you mentioned that you had given several interviews and at some point you had to stop because you did not want to contradict yourself.
Mr. Korea info ya interview Jamal leke a fo tata fo watele iko ebel etel interview kala ko de kati malla fi yefang jahasendi.
Yalo hakilo lom kumo ke nyidin kan. Is it?
Yes, that's true because when you have been asked over and over about something,
is it because you do not want to give one true account of the events that happened regarding the sales and your presence there? That is why you feel that you're contradicting yourself like you have done here today?
For asikeno nyindiko imalla fi katonya fo kuma kangole memfango yalon ko aketa ko nyin kon la wodalilo yatina ibe tanin nakan bi ne nyindo fo soma nyimfo comme bi menketa jambi
ani o make.
No, that's not the case.
Is it?
No, it's not because I was going to lie, but because to be asked about something over and over, one thing over and over, that is why I had to stop.
Well, if you're giving the same version of events at all times, I don't think you should be scared of contradicting yourself. If all versions are true.
Ni ayatar kuma kan me yalon ko aketa andu yalon ko wala mutonyat hanni ayatar ko yo wo sen kan da mamer wonyante silalad
handi amanke kafo ko ngamen ko wote kala tonyat bari malla fi biya mo nyine la baake ma tay muso.
Not because I don't want what happened to be said, but because I just don't have the time to be repeating over and over an issue.
At first, you said you didn't want to contradict yourself before the break. You said you didn't want to contradict yourself. That is why you had to stop giving the interviews. Now you're saying that you do not have time. That is why you stopped giving the interview.
Janim betala break la eko emalla fi yefang contradict wala tinna ya ko interview news so yefang so wala tinna ya interview stop. But science ko danke eko iman wato la soto.
Yo wala mo beti mele pour kana wa ite bina wala ken min ko say akanyanta.
Yeah, that's all part of that because one is coming from this direction, the other is coming, another is coming. This is why I said I had to stop it.
Well, you only came from one direction, from Basse to Banjul, stopped by Kanilai, but you've contradicted yourself quite the number of times.
But
just on your direction from what your intentions were when you were leaving Basse.
Barita pada nampan na kilina dinkira kilina to walam baseti pur kata kanilai baru kono la kawo fo ya fanso so jamal le ko nyin kon la well
I'm waiting for an answer.
Mbe la jabi dole batukan
wala ken manso ni diabu jamala.
That is why I don't want this thing to be repeated all over and over.
Very well. Mr. Kora, do you remember having an interview with Gambia Talents TV?
Mr. Kora, fi hakilo baka ning television bunda do ya kacha soto menke de Gambia Talents TV. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You remember?
Hakilo baka.
Inata ya diamuta.
Yes, they came to my home and I had a chat with them.
Can you look at the screen before you, the TV, and confirm whether that's you?
Is it television? Yeah, for Petelam.
You're very nice, Haftar.
I can have time when I step back.
Mr. Kora, in this interview, we will play it so you can listen to what you were saying.
So play
Do you remember telling the interviewer or the journalist on this day that you heard about the sale of the cattle on the radio?
I had to ko nyin karlay nyin dinkirato ko ya nin sol la wakiro mo radio.
Ya lon dem nin ko news nga a news o moy. ngaro sutiyande aradio la kafo nga akibaro moy.
You know, when we say I heard it in the news, it is not related to the radio. That is why I said I heard the news. He asked me and I said yes, I heard the news.
So you told the journalist that you heard it in the news. That you heard it on the news, which is the radio.
Yes, I said I heard it in the news. If I said a radio, then it means I heard it. That is why I related it to the radio. But actually, I heard it in the news. From people.
How can you hear the news on the radio from people, Mr. Kwara?
Radio to Mr. Kwara.
Na molle ba fuka ka fuko koy ko kan life be ba fula kan life robe ke kanje ibe ya la fengel wa fula na moy wolle.
People were saying it that in Canada they were selling Janneh's properties. That is why I heard this.
So property is not cattle.
You have
to wait for the question to be translated to you, or do you want us to speak English?
Okay, honey. Afai, ninso for the fengel lokolo wala mun ninso.
Yes, the couples, because couples are also part of those things, assets.
So, Mr. Kora, why exactly did you hear the news, and why did you tell the journalist you heard it on the radio?
So, Mr. Kora, ite fanga ya inkibaro mo minto. Ando munati ne ko journalist ko ngama radio.
Ko ngamo basele base.
I heard it from Basse.
Ngamo mo la gene ka ko
from people
mo la ngamo news.
I heard the news in Basse from people there.
So, Mr. Kora, let's just play the video. I think.
A video you play, no?
Okay.
Technical, can you please?
Okay, technical.
Play the video.
Play. Revise it. That I missed that.
So, technical, can you please start the video again so that it can be translated for the record?
I did not get it. I thought I was waiting for the man. Actually, I was not listening to the woman.
So, can you please start the video again so the interpreter can interpret both the questions being answered?
You heard Dr. Ismail Sise alleging that you were also part of the people who bought the assets of the former president. So we want to know whether you also purchased any cattle or anything from Kanilai.
Sorry, please don't answer the questions. We're playing the video. Sorry, turn off your mic, please.
It's fine. No. For the record. I listened to the radio I was here and I heard from the radio and that there will be sales at Kanilai, sales of cattle at Kanilai. Sorry? Sales of Yamas cattle at Kanilai. So because I had long wish to visit Kanilai, so I also got prepared.
Thank you, technical. We can stop here for the time being. Mr. Kora, you listen to yourself. Turn the mic on, please, and wait for the interpretation. Like I said before, you've listened to yourself, the video. You heard what you said. What is your reaction now? Which do you wish to change your answer? What are you going by? Because here you've clearly stated that you heard the advertisement of the sale on the radio. Which is not possible because the sale was never advertised.
And the woman possible what I said here in this hall, that's the truth.
So we can now say that what you told the journalist in this video is false.
Woto insigning londiko yamem fanyin journalist woman sort. Yes.
Mr. Kora, why did you decide to go on the media to speak false truth?
Woto Mr. Kora, mona batin ebetala teleto ebetala sila teleto kafem fo memman soto.
Ngame fo mbalanta benne ni nata ye nyinin karoke. Isi confusing the yefem fo manyam.
That's what I refused initially. When they come ask you, eventually they confuse you to say something that you might not even be aware of.
So, Mr. Kora, are you saying the journalist walked into your house, requested for an interview, and immediately when the interview started, they confused you to the point where you gave them false information?
Mr. Kora, feba fo kanako journalist so nata dong afutete kan aye nyinin ka kuma kan la aye confusing da aye hakilo jahasen.
Ha ila diamolu because ngame fo jang wolo mu toñati.
Yes, the way they talk, but what I said here, that's the truth.
Kibaro, ni kontele kibaro, jama ikra ni ba ko la moy sa ko ngamo no news to ngamo yara joto.
If you talk about news, mostly we would say we heard it in the radio.
You know, the issue here is that there was no news about the sale of cattle.
Here, kibar man finti
so it was not advertised at all anywhere.
Among advertised dulato.
So you cannot say that you are associating what you heard with the news.
What it ko yemme ibo katandle kibarol.
It's not possible.
What a kenola.
You can answer.
I heard from people.
That
is why I said news.
So people around you in Basse form part of the news.
Kibar I really don't know how they heard it, but I heard it from them.
Mr. Kora, now if you can tell a journalist or a media house and grant an interview and tell them things that are not true, how is this committee supposed to believe that what you have said here today is true?
Mr. Kora, nite journalist kumandi. yakuma konfe me yalo ko aman sabati sai bi nyin committee be lano le kala ko kuma kan wala nyaadi le kotanke
ndeman jodi le sol kuma ni fa won laate fanni bari ngam mon fo jang arquranu takki wala wala poti mem ku sodore
I did not call any journalist. They came by themselves. But what I said here, because I'm being sworn to the Quran, so what I said here is what stands. That is the truth.
So because you did not invite the journalists, they came to you for an interview. That is why you thought you should tell them things that are not true, and then what you're saying to this committee is true because you're holding or you held the Quran and took
Kako journalist oli ye fang invite ikanne ite me kumandi telle nati te kang ya kumo isa kumol phone ye andi yana nyin committee fananka yal Quran wot ye kal Quran wota ye kalala wala ba tin ko isa kuma fo jang men sorta wodo to men man sota.
Aha.
Yes.
So is it that if you don't give oath, whatever you say is not true, and it's when you take an oath that is when you speak truth?
So kama ga ni ete kalindile ebe fem fola men sorta wala ni te man ni mete kalindi dong wote ete fem fola men sorta.
Ha atobo ngani fole ngamen fo yen kalindi ngamen fo wala mu koti men sotata.
What I said here, I'm being sworn to it, and that is the truth.
Mr. Kora, you've taken an oath earlier today, but you've still contradicted yourself so many times.
Mr. Kora, ye kalile bi bari obe ye fan so ku jamal leke jam.
It seems like taking an oath does not even stop you from saying false truth.
Akamunta anu o kali obe kola o matin nal ko o fan so sul manna.
I'm waiting for an answer.
Ako ukaliol be ko
amunta wo kaliol be ko la o matin na ko kuma kan fotela kumol ko mel man ke toñatu
kabri mon kali
jang
man kali men na ko le lota wala ngamem fo woto wala mu.
That's what I said. I said what I've been sworn to because I've been sworn to here. So what I said here, that's the truth.
And my question is, you've contradicted yourself so many times here today.
Which one do you so hani jam from B? Ye fan so ku jamal la fajang. B wa ko nyin kumado. Nyindo e ko nyindo. Ta entelbe la le muna fangala.
Ngam fo nakay toto wala mu sueta wala mu nak.
What I said in my statement, I'm being sworn to that, and that is the truth.
Well, Mr. Kora, there's another video we have for you that we are going to play, and you can listen. It's a video of you granting an interview to another media house.
Mr. Kora, video do fanan sote jang, men ya interview di media house do fanan na, e ka fay ker fatu. So wotom bo fanan play pro yamoy. Thank you very much. One day I was just sitting and I heard about the sales of Janneh assets. I heard in the news that they are going to auction his assets. But whoever has interest in them, you can go there. When I heard that, and the day it was due, I arrived here and I heard the bailiff announcing. When the day was due, I also went there because before the day I had the desire to go to Kanilai to see the place. Because when I left there, it was not in good faith. So to go back there to thank God with praises and thanks to God, Wish and desire. You say that you did not live there in good faith. That I was captured and brought there. What name is Pa Silva Omar Khan Basse. During Janneh time. Yes. Incarceration for 9 months.
All right, thank you very much, Technical. We can stop there for the time being. Mr. Kora, it seems that the only thing that is consistent in your statement throughout your interviews and your testimony here is your desire, is the desire you had to visit Kanilai.
Mr. Kora, akamunta kuma kama me yalo ko abatonya ta be sabatri la kuma kama le beto. Wala me ilang nganyo pruka Kanilai je. Yes, I had that desire to see Kanilai.
And it's the only thing that is consistent in the answers you have given.
And malafanan kita fendi men sabatita jabirul beto yamendi.
And the fact that you heard this news again, or the news about the sales in the radio, or on the radio. You've granted 2 interviews, and in both occasions you have stated that you heard about the sale of the cattle on the news.
And in kumakang fanantar sabatari ni da kono ko ya kumakang ni moy ya watiro ni moy kibarol. Kati ya interview fuladi ya nyim foje ko ya kibaro ni moy watiro ni moy kibarol let.
Ndeli kibaro ngake dinslet. Ni dum kibaro
Have you answered the question?
Yes.
I did not get the answer.
He said for us we associate kibaro to news, and that is more related to radio. Yes.
If you say kibaro, that is wrong. That does not the standard radio with television is just information. It's general information. So when we say kibaro, it's general information.
Yeah. General information.
Okay, let's play the radio. The video again, because from what it seems from what was translated from the video, he does mention the radio. But let's just play it again to confirm. Technically, you can play the video.
Yes, I was sitting and I heard it in the news that Yajame's assets and cattle would be sold, and around this time I heard the bailiff, he mentioned bailiff, announcing court bailiff, making the announcement, and I had the desire to visit Kanilai. So when the day was due, then I also got prepared to go there.
So, Mr. Kora, now that the video has been played again, we've added another facet to the numerous ways you learned about the sale.
Mr. Kora, sign video fanan to kotenke, kuma kando fanan nata fin kuto nata fintije, men ya iko ya kibaro nyimoy nyamen. The information.
I feel like after you've now mentioned that you heard news from general public in the garage that your shop is located.
Yes.
Now you've added the bailiff. What else is missing?
From what you said that you heard from general information. Sorry. Comme yamem fonu iko yame general information mol ba fo kan ko waturo be ke kan kanila yes, I heard that bailiff during this information through this information I heard that bailiff would be conducting the sales.
I
just want to shorten the narration. That is what I heard was that the bailiff was going to conduct the sales.
You know, Mr. Kora, it is not for you to decide whether the narration should be shortened or should be lengthened.
Mr. Kora, amanke tele duno kandi purka afo fo ibe kuma kan mendile nyanta sufende wala nyanta jamfandila.
You said that you randomly heard or learned about the sales from people in Basse.
Ekwen amoy la moy mulba fo kanko waturo be ke kan Basse kono ya moy je.
Now you've stated that you heard an announcement.
Sai iko ya nyuso kibaro moy.
That the sales, the cattle belonging to the former president were going to be sold in Kanilai and would be sold by the sheriff and his bailiff.
Former president Jamela Ninsulu ibe wafila and bailiff le be wafila. That is the information.
Where did you learn about this news, Mr. Kora?
Well, I heard it from Basse.
Mr. Kora, the committee wants a specific answer.
Mr. Kora, committee sulatak answer killing.
I'm going to repeat myself again. This sale was never advertised. It was not advertised on the radio, on the TV, the newspapers, or even posted on the internet. So it is not information that any random person on the street would have. So where did you learn about this?
I heard from Basse.
Randomly like that?
Yes. By my shop, I heard people as they pass by.
Basse must be a special place, Mr. Kora.
What a Basse black
people in Combo.
My shop is by the garage. I don't know how they got to hear it, but that's where I heard it.
And just like that, people around the country do not know about the sales, but just like that, in all the way in Basse, you randomly learned about the sale of cattle that was not advertised.
Bangola fana kotong handla kilim mamoy basile ya moy tendrong kafako ni wafirol beke. For me, I from there, and while by the time I got to the junction, I saw cattle being moved.
Honorable Chair, at this point, I will hand over the witness to the committee.
Thank you very much. Members, Bismillah. Can go ahead.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Chair Baraka.
Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora.
I want you to please clear me here.
Left a young Marco Young. Kain Blasenian.
The interview that you just shown you now,
Yani interview me yitandi la ten.
Ani with your words from between you and then the lead council, which one is the correct one?
And ani ilte kuma ko me yitandi bi lead council la jang. Muna mutonyat nyini float.
Nga me yita la jang wala mutonyat.
What I said here is the truth.
Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora.
You said you went to Kanilai for a purpose.
Ikietata Kanilai kula la.
What's that?
What is that?
Wala mukataje dube. Kajeje.
To see the place.
Why didn't you go there before the sales of the cattle?
Mune ati ne mantaji janne ninsul la wako.
Ahadi otuma omanko ima ba mo jama fe mammo lonje mo jamati.
Then I had no interest going there because I do not know anybody there and there won't be many people around. It's not safe for me. Thank you.
Did he mention the word it's not safe for me or what? Yeah. Mr. Kora, why was it not safe for you?
I'm a politician. People know me.
But by then, Kanilai was under whose control?
It was under the military by the time I went there.
Under which government?
This current government.
Is it the coalition government or the MPP government?
No, coalition
government. Then there was coalition.
In which you were a very strong member.
And yes, I was part of it.
Then why were you fearing to go to Kanilai?
Then mune ete sila katawo dula to Kanilai.
Politician mundi adu moli yelo ne ngata wo nyankili ngata je kata jira.
I was as a politician going there alone to go and roam the place. I was afraid.
But Mr. Kora, with that big crowd, I think it was more dangerous than you going there without the crowd.
But Mr. Kora, woka fo kono la fema la wala pana wala dangerous ta dina yata idamala.
Hani ndefe nyine ko da bawo mo jamale bije ngamo jamale tarje mo jamale bije.
No,
for
me in that crowd it is safer than going there when there was no such thing.
But you say that the first day you went back home because it was not safe for you.
But iko lum follow imurtale kati ko blani man safe. Yes, I said they were angry. They got angry because of the price I gave to this man. Then I left.
Mr. Kora, coming back to the price issue.
Kana ya price o mendi.
According to you,
say the
first day you arrived, you went around Kanilai, you came back and you were standing outside the barbed wire based on your statement, and you heard Mr. Jaro announcing the sales of cattle. And he gave a price of $5,000. And you objected to it. You objected to it.
And it balanta wo ite la balango yitandi wo dulato.
After the minute, what happened?
Kabru wo keta mune natake wo kola.
Kabru keta kabru ngo fae asonta wodale ay kaito ta ngaja asate atata.
When I heard that, when I told him the next thing, then he agreed with that, and I saw him wrote on the paper and left.
The paper was meant for who?
O kaito wo furjima.
No, animbe bedi sola firola.
The one he was dealing with on the pricing.
Mr. Kora, was he announcing the price based on bidding form when he announced people bid, or was he announcing on a price and people buy immediately when he announced?
For abe price o men kankulakan. For naya fole bang molka bid bang kom nin do price jodi wala po na po damen to do mulka sa wonotel.
Nde nyala ay nin da.
In my presence, he mentioned this price. That was the time I called him and told him that what you are priced, 5,000 is too small, make it 12. Then he went back to them.
But when he went back, what was he announcing?
I believe it is this price that they agreed on because I have not had any other pricing.
So he was saying at the $12,000.
Yes, I heard that because I saw him wrote it.
So there was no, it was not an open tender where people price give up.
Oda manke komi open tender me yalon ko molbe ifan sum price di kay sa sanno damen.
Ani mo le price ko kande na tata je na e menja sa fo nyindu asinante ka sa fo nyindu.
He was bargaining with people, then sometimes he will come to me and then ask me how about this one.
Mr. Kora, what was your distance between you and Aliou Jallow?
Etaning Aliou Tema, monemal relationship, monemal
distance.
Sorry, the distance you said. It's just like we were outside the fence and they were inside the fence.
Barbed
wire fence.
But Aliou said that you were the one helping him in pricing.
But Aliou ya kuma kama memfoja wala mi tele ba ma ko kam price o Kenya. That's why I said this price that I've given him. That's why I gave him.
Then you spend more time there than the time you study in your report. You spend more time with Aliou than the time you study in your report.
Woto etani Aliou ya wato menke wala siyata dina ya wato men konto itandi ila report over ila statement on.
Honey,
no, I did not spend long time there.
Mr. Kora, you arrived at 1 o'clock.
Mr. Kora,
you went around to look at Kanilai. And you know Kanilai is very big. From the mosque, then you came back again. You stood and you were listening to Aliou Jallow. Ali was announcing the sales. Within 3 hours, you went home. Was that? What, can you please give us elaborate more on that?
How I told you, that's how it is.
See, Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora.
When it comes to the sale of these cattle, you said you were there with your driver. From Basse, you brought up with your driver. Somebody else inside the vehicle. But you cannot recall the name of your driver.
But email driver control.
For how long have you been working with your driver?
In a driver do Sanjijan.
Honey, I'm a man. Driver will be 1 month to care, don't be 3 months to day.
Some drivers would be with you for 1 month. But why I forgot about him. Forgot his name, his surname.
Was it Musa So?
For Musa Solamba. I really forgot.
But so didn't come to your mind to say it was Musa So.
But so man hakilola.
Askeno Musa.
Or Musa Sugo.
Musa
Sugo.
Ani.
Musa So.
Ani. Musa. Ani. What? Ninatal.
Huh?
I forgot.
Do you know Amanda? Do you know Abubakar Kora?
Yeah, Abubakar Kora.
Abubakar B. Kora, do you know him?
Abubakar B. Kora.
Abubakar Kora.
Abubakar B. Kora.
No, Abubakar Kora.
What is your relationship with Abubakar B. Kora?
Abubakar Kora.
Abubakar Kora dente munela.
ndo malo mun den da fala Bubakar Port.
He is my brother. We share the
What kind
same
of business is he
father.
doing?
Bubakar mantar jande Bubakar be janale atabe jaman le.
Bubakar is in Germany.
He was not here doing the sales.
No.
Pamantarja wafiru la watu.
No.
Mr. Kora, before engaging with Aliou Jallow, did you ever meet before him?
For Aliou Jallow, enena abental enena nyolo na janni wafiru be kalama.
Doto nenema Aliou je nya.
Never. I've never known Aliou.
You have never known Aliou Jallow. And then there was a very day you built a relationship.
I never Aliou long, but wolum ina long ina badi ya sabatindi wolum.
Biringa tar jele ngamo yi bafala Aliou. Wolule ngalong Aliou.
When I found him there, I had people say Jallow. That was when I come to know his name.
And you took it upon yourself to pay your own fare without your own vehicle to go back to Kanilai. And
yate fanye kata Kanilai ke fansum paso jo with yours and ifansum moto pur kata wo
without his own vehicle. He was paying.
Asatar ko fansum moto table la yata wo blood.
What was so special in that?
Formula be Kanilai for wo tembola nga kumayandi
pour que tata Kanilai je nyala wala kumaya tanye wala
to see Kanilai that's make it so special for me.
But the second day, did you go around to Kanilai again? The second day?
For Tilipula Nyamfone, Mumurumuta Kanilai Lalaba. Yes, I walked around. When I saw the crocodiles, I walked around again.
But in your statement, you said you saw the crocodile the first day.
But in a statement, of a koya bamboo jet follow, room follow le footage.
No, for but bamboo be silo de kan. In bamboo be silo ke bo manjam.
Yes, I said that, but the crocodiles are on the road. They are not very far from the road.
But Mr. Kora, your intention was to go and help Aliou again the second day.
But Mr. Kora, ela hamo wolum purka footage wolum planja wolum kata Aliou makoi.
Hani, manta.
No, that was not what I went for.
Manta wala.
But when did you start your engagement with Aliou Jallow the second day? When did you start your engagement with Aliou Jallow the second day?
Sorry?
When did he start his engagement with Aliou Jallow the second day? When he arrived? At what time did he start with Aliou Jallow on?
Ini Aliou ya doko kumase wati jimala wo tiflanjang kabri futata.
Han birinde futa be nga Aliou tarje. Bar kabinji de wala nata bankan ke. Birin futa de mankan ke. Ndeman na lo koteke. Wala kantela nati ka funtinare.
The second day when I arrived and saw Aliou Jallow, but people protested when they saw me. They protested. So because of that, I did not stay long.
And you, during that time, you never gave Aliou Jallow a prize?
Price di Aliou.
Second day.
The second day when I arrived, Aliou wanted to ask me, and people protested against that. Then I just left.
But Mr. Kora, you said you were there for a purpose. You wanted to help Aliou Jallow because the state was losing a lot.
Mr. Kora, eko ibeje kula kanga. Eka ka Aliou mako kapila suteroto banko be fokam fennel.
Ha noje ala biring ayo priaso ke. Yena ko bar biring tata ni do ngata ibe man ke.
I those day when I saw him gave the prize. But this second day when people protested, then I also left.
But because of your love for the country, why didn't you stay and still help Aliou Jallow?
Itala banku kanu ka mune atine man stay pour ka Aliou mako.
Anything can spoken this can.
At that time I cannot do that because anything can happen to me.
So will you agree with me that it was not safe by then than the time you pretended not to go there?
Woto ibeson na nyim kuma kono ka ko wotembola aman safe pour ya tarije dan the lum follow me itata je.
Ha because ni lungle mankaw. They
seriously protested my presence.
So, Mr. Kora, you could have gone and visited Kanilai before the sales.
What Mr. Kora, is so new Kumakona, yet inyante nung kata Kanilai, Janin Wafro Bekela, le abe safe la Puriataji than Wafro Lunga.
Hani because men safety and man won't be mo jama bije. What in samba what is safety and
For me, what is safe for me is where there are many people. That was when I took the opportunity to go there.
Mr. Kora, based on your interview in which you say that you decided to choose what you said today, from Basse coming to Kanilai, was the intention that you wanted to enter Kanilai or were you intending to go straight home to Banyon?
Mr. Kora, kabrite be bola Basse, comme il a sedlo kan, kabrite be bola Basse. Etela nganyo fango muneti, fo minum bang, ibe taka Kanilai le bang, fondi ilaftel ka continue ka kana Banyon.
They will the Banyon le kamam, bina kam Banyon.
For me, my target was Banjul. My destination was Banjul. When I had this sale, I had the intention, and when I got to the junction, Kanila Junction, I saw vehicles transporting cattle. Then that was also when I decided to go in, to branch in.
No, Mr. Kora, I think we have to be very clear here. You said that you had this announcement in Basse.
Mr. Kora, ngamere nyante Johnson yandere. Kati tel ko yekibaro mo Basse.
Ah, ngamo igen.
Yes, I had it in Basse.
Ngamo igen.
I had it in Basse. It was in me until when I came to the Johnson, then I also branched.
When you heard about it in Basse, what was your intention?
Kabria kibaro moy Basse mune ketila ngani yoti
ha ko tata ngami dal dron bar nata ka nganne baso to bir ngaje moton betaka.
I just thought about it, but for the decision to go is when I arrived at the Johnson.
Thought about what?
Ako kamumira
nko ngakumo moy Basse.
I had the news information from Basse.
Kabri ngamoy Basse.
When I heard from Basse,
nata kanila Johnson.
I came to the Kanila Johnson. I saw people moving with cattle. Then that was the time I also branched.
So you branching in Kanilai was only the time you arrived in Kanilai, but the intention was not for you to go to Kanilai from Basse.
What etela ta Kanilai, what decision manta kabrim Basse, what decision tata Johnson on. When I saw people moving with cattle, that was when the decision was reinforced in me to go to Kanilai.
Mr. Kora, I think we have to be very clear here.
Mr. Kora,
from Basse you had the news. There was no intention of you going to Kanilai. Right or
wrong? Ebe Basse wotu mo e manyin decision ta pour kataje
aben kono be ma ametan kono kabin be kibaro moy ameta aben kono de.
I have long wish to go to Kanilai, and when I heard this news I really wanted to go there. When I got to the Johnson, I saw cattle. Then that was when I decided to go.
I think Mr. Kora needs to be very clear here, Mr. Kora. In
your
statement on paragraph 2, you said out of curiosity, you decided to go and see for yourself. Then that was the time you had the news. Then the intention was from Basse, not from the Johnson.
What I come on to so the Kabrim Basila among the Johnson. I had information from Basse, but it was when I got to the Johnson, that was when the intention, the actual intent got to me, then I branched off.
Mr. Kora, I think maybe I will allow the committee to decide on that. But my other question to you is, when was your first day in Kanilai?
Follow Kanilai. You say what was or when was?
His first day in Kanilai was when? When did you first meet?
Is it the day?
Have you ever been to Kanilai before the sales? So by then you were unable to see Kanilai?
No.
That day I was not able to see Kanilai. I did not even alight.
Mr. Kora, you've your fifth statement, number 5.
Mr. Kora, ela kumakang lulun jangato.
You said negotiations were allowed and prices could be shifted. Can you please elaborate more on this?
Iko negotiation kakele andum price ul mallo burukilina kabru wafiro nyimbe kiel.
Wala mo nyindinde atarle ako 5,000. Nata 5 nga nyimu 12,000.
Yes, because for me, I heard him said 5,000, and I told him that this would cost about 12,000.
So during that time, was there any cattle sold at less than 12,000?
Ninsi tartaje men wafita 12,000 e duma ba.
Han into kalama nana tantega nay nyinin ka men nan so
I am not aware of that. It was when only when he came to me, then I would advise him, then he will go back. But he was the one negotiating.
Mr. Kora, if somebody agreed to buy a cartoon, were they not announcing the price loudly? Mr.
Kora, for the more after Ninso San, Fate ala price of the Santa Ba?
Jallo kara price of Santa.
Yes, Jallo would say his price up. Allowed.
Sila molo ka po fana rin si wapula pa man ni wapula man na wala ko.
What a yan talon na cartoon ni ayatra price of Santo. Enyan talon na fabe price fabe ninsi wapula wultan ning fly Santo wala duma.
And molo.
No, I do not know that.
Okay, I mean, let me allow other colleagues to come in. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay, thank you, Chair. Baba, mbe ikondwa na ila na kunyima. Now we speak in English. That is just, yes, that is just to show him appreciation that we appreciate the language he is speaking. Yeah. Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora.
I understand that through your participation, you were able to influence some of the price tags on the cattle.
Akoila mabe kanela jel a lonne ko understand ko ya tinale ko nisol kawafi no min ay kudol yele mandi jel.
My question is, do you know the number of cattle that were sold for 12,000 based on your recommendations?
Akala taminyi lonna wala minti ko nisol no nisi jelle wakuta 12,000 komi idala yamaro kam.
Mawolo.
I don't know.
Are you aware if there was any cattle that was sold for 12,000 based on your recommendation?
For everyone who mayalon ne for ni sire be jemba min wa ku 12,000 ela yamaro kam.
Nde a file en kay ko 12,000 ay kay to safe atata but nde wolo file kay a wa 12,000.
When I advised him to sell that one 12,000, he wrote it on a paper and went away. But I don't know how things.
My question is, was he at any point aware if there was any cattle sold at the said price?
What do we mean? I bet you are married. For instance, min wa for 12,000 na ba ila londo kam. Boy, you need to min wa for 12,000 ila londo.
Kabindelo price of foreign. Ha. Nde price kilo diala. Sila na tani su koto wa wala manna wala koto.
I don't know. All I know is that I advised him to sell that one 12,000, and whether he sold others 12,000 or not, I can't tell.
Let me reframe my question. The time he suggested a price, tell him. Was he aware if Aliu actually acted on his advice to sell a cattle for 12,000?
Ila yamaro fo yamaro fo alu nata wo ni so wa ko ni so wa 12,000 ba ila yamaro kam
nga faale de bari yaro ko ma jonte nyaara ka ko ni nyanda wa fa 12,000 da ay karata na katata kewal ko ma jonte nyaara ani kay to lo butande sinna
I definitely cannot tell. I know I advised him to sell the cattle 12,000 and then he went there, but the money also was not paid in my presence, or I did not see when the money was being paid, so I cannot tell how much it was, whether it was honored or not.
While Mr. Jallo was making a price announcement, have he had at any point when a particular cattle was tagged at 12,000?
kabari Mr. Jallo be nim fokan ko ni sol la karo ni sol la price ni sol nyante wafula min fokan ko minisi do je min wafula min 12,000
hani mawlo.
no, I don't know.
Mr. Kora, the information we have before us regarding the sales report consists what you call a valuation report.
Ako kaito do waram kibar do ba de bulujang dipte ko kaito mimdo kaito kam mimdo kaito kon wala ni biro ko evaluate iba ikara jibe nya san yemen pir wo report wala be abe bulujang wo report be bulujang
Usikeno, I told you, okay.
yeah, it could be possible.
Yeah, then put it to him that in the valuation report, we have different cattle, including calves, that were pegged at $12,000.
Ako bimbe bulujang report on the nisi do be calc it mean calc. And nisi ringol ah be jeni andu ye la wafu la daye wafu minna wala 12,000 andi nisi ringol
Hanira mangaye wafu menna de damen lo pour ita wafola wo mu wule tannim fulal
nisi ring do je la daye da
anin siba
pour que wafu 12,000 ne bot la report we min surte
Asike?
And in addition,
it is possible.
And in addition, these specific cattle, including calves, were sold at the set price, which is 12,000.
Abe min fo kan report o min suroko and ni sol min waputa ni sido ye ni sirin dingol andu ye 12,000 abe ni dingol be ni sol ko min waputa 12,000
Ndela londo manfuta woto. Kafu ko yengi ni sikaru wafu ni ya wafu ni na manfuta woto because what ndena be jam fari nyola na difficult sota si nyininka asidante kan bar silan faye anata aye wafu nyabe nyini kesa be unna londi manfuta woto.
That is not to my knowledge, but I know anytime he was selling this thing, anytime he needed advice, he would come and then obtain advice from me. But then how he end up or how he would end up selling this thing is definitely not to my knowledge.
Mr. Kora, from the look of things during the sales, do you think it was fair to peg a cost of a bull at 12,000 at the time of the auction?
Mr. Kora, ila londo, ila jewo. Yamira filimo si tarano je pour ninsi kewo. Wala mbulti ninsi kewo. Kawa for 12,000. Kwa yamira je filimo be jele.
Nde men da faye ndela miro ni na calculo kono because of ndel karani sol price c'est pas ni ya calculer c'est pas la wolu c'est pas be da menna nde da men diala ni so ni nyandale kasawa nde da men dia.
The advice I gave, the price I gave him as far as that particular cattle was concerned is definitely the real value and the real cost, because we normally use the safer to determine the prices of some of these animals or some of these cattle.
Okay. Mr. Kora, you also said you travel with two other people to Kanilai. That is a driver and another passenger.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it right to say that you cannot still recall the name of that driver?
So for secure handicap and drive when you remember.
Hani ma I remember na buko nga fa nyami nimmen tata ngolo no musibitin din jawole o bandal sibitin din jaw ni wole tata nyola anin drive fo par nga drive jamale ta o period ko.
I definitely cannot remember the name of the driver. I know the third person in the vehicle was called
Sibitindin
Jao. Yes.
Jao, and he is late.
But the real name of the driver I forgot to.
I understand he said during such time he employed several drivers. During this period, can he tell this committee how many drivers did he actually hire?
Well, we can put Isa in committee. Isa for Harry Metal, but the driver jelle.
As a maybe as a driver, because of Dolby Karsabas driver, dan sile la si tan sile o
kar saba kono driver tam
ha kareta because of condition no karake ni
Ah,
ni
no.
gota jang
nga understand
ni gota jang
Ha.
ndata basi dol bu kam mi sonna me la ji saje ya foy bina baati saje ni problem o
so ni mina fo si dota
min mina si dota do sina sin jindi jang si say
yo knowing that drivers play a very crucial role
yalo ne ko drapo la na bete ya ko la do kuma ta ba
ha
I would want to believe that at least you should be able to recall 5 of those 10 drivers that you employ within that period.
ata akade nya nyin lon ko akete nyawo nyan driver tank wo driver to ko no nyanta lulo tolo no nyanta hakilo nyanta wal ma
ha nga musa tale
musa
Let him just wait for my question.
okay am pare ko so ila
Yeah, so I just want him at least to share with this committee a minimum of the names of 5 drivers that were working for him at this period of the sales.
akala to min na wala nyin driver jama din sita ko motan ala tale ya kata at least nan na be to driver luluti isa fo no mole wol tolmo
ha nga musa tale musa keta
musa keta was one of them asha
nga lamin ta
lamin I also employ lamin
kuruma
lamin kruma
baro tamata
but that has travel he has travel
ha so nga kilo wolle
Bari ngamre ko ado ata nyaw nyaay hakkilo si lulu dira
bari nga kilo ni jeno
nyem mo fulol Lamin ni Musa.
musa o dat kilo to ko ma fa
Ask him, will it be right to say the driver he went with to Kanilai should be Musa Keta?
any driver member of basi altana kanilla ko mosa ko no le ko wala musa keta di
yes
Yes.
musa lam
Musa le.
musa yes
musa o be baluri
Or Baluri. The other question is, did Musa bought anything while he was in Kanilai with you?
kabaki
Either
musa
directly or indirectly?
tata kanilla five pensan ne ba ina ki bambu mo ko ba o kuma do five pensan ne ba
musa man fen sandi
he did not buy anything
Okay.
musa be moto ko no fa
he was inside the vehicle
My other question is, I just need a verification. I have a phone number that I wouldn't read, and I wouldn't like him to read it, just for him to confirm if he recognized the number.
ako telephone number dole be bulu
Yeah.
ba tan ne lela pour ya ko molle ko yin telephone number ya su telephone hani ma ko sant just ifa wa yajibe ko ba su dilal hani ma ko molle am
ani manyi no masuto
no I don't recognize this number
Eman number yen susu. Okay. A better yata.
thank you
Mr. Kora, I was not going to appreciate to come back to the issue of how you get this information.
man la finon ka murna nyin ko ke ko yin information to nyaadi le man la finon ka murna aka kaburu aka
But considering the fact that when these auctions were done was like 7 years ago, I want to believe you might forget 1 or 2 things. Is that right?
alo ako ay ngin lon ko nim firo betel ati sanji wala wala sinyina so alon ne ko akata nyawo nyam fo nyina pendola ita beri mema fo pendol be fo nyina won
As a keno yenyina kuwo dola because of hakilo la nasio. Wo yamera ko wosi soto no leba.
ha ke do len sinina
yes
It's
it's
in you.
possible.
sinina
Fine, because the reason why I am going to that angle is listening to his interview with Talent TV and as well as Fatu Network. He was very specific to say he got the information from the radio, which differs from news, because he said the reason why he said he had it from the news, he got the information from the public in Bassett. This is why he related to a news. But listening to his interviews, he clearly stated he had the news from a radio.
Ako alafta min fola wala min tiko. Kabirin ibe base. Kabirin na ite ko ya moy molle ka ko jine be kerin kanilla. Ya moy molle ka ko mi ngamo e ngamo. Bari na ni interview min talent promotion anin ker fatu. Iya min fujire wala ya moy radio le.
Ngamo intel ning ko news. Ni news mo dron. Mbagole a radio lo ba wala kara news di. Wala news di bar nda moy molle da.
When I say news, it means it is possible that it is from a radio.
Yeah.
What I heard was definitely from people.
No, that, you know, I understand from, let's say, from a Mandinka dialect point of view, we will refer to news as kibar, right? But then again, this news can emerge from a radio or from a TV or from individuals. And in your own case, with the interview you had, you were very specific to say you got the news from a radio. My question is, are you trying to hide anything from this committee that we should know and you feel we shouldn't?
Abe min fo kan wala bande kama do ni ko kibaro wala news wala kibaro. Okay, bari yamin for interview yamin ke talent promotion yamin min dite. Ite ko definitely yin kibaro ya boy radio le ba. Fo pele be je daga min mabo yin komito puri kana lomba.
Hani u fenti je. The reason de la londo fo ni manyi na u fenti tige be men mabo le ma.
No, I'm not hiding anything. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, because if I can recall, a witness who sat on that seat told this committee that you were invited through one of the authorities for the fact that then the marriage amongst the coalition was very cordial. Was this the case?
Ako I remember hakilo ba kan ko be siri na mo do ne tada nada ka fije. Ako coalition of member nja wotu mo altemo abedi ari ba problem teje. So hani wala tonya te numba.
Hani what amantar diare.
No, it was not the case.
Mantari nyoka.
No, we were not together.
But a witness told us that you were invited by an authority to go and support in the process of the sales. Was this the case or no?
Okay,
I mean for yamu.
You okay, put on.
Ako bari dole ne sita da ako ine in baile nu ko me ye in baile ka ye bunya to in baile ka ta kanyinu ma ko for tonya.
And the manke do.
It's never happened. I was never invited. Nobody told.
Okay, I'm telling, we will go back to records.
Okay,
and we will try to abstract what this witness shared with this committee. And if it is in the contrary to what he told us, we might really bring him back.
Then as possible
neatara wo witness oye memfo ko mola yata samana wo wasir dula membo da man sakunda kon anin ate memfo amanke kelindi woto hanisa mba ko mandila nanne pura yem ma ko sene yandiro
sina je pa
ngamo
yo
momo mankili
nobody ever called me and I was
momo mankili.
Nobody invited.
Maybe a very final one. Where exactly does the sales of this cattle happen? Kanela, the specific point. Where
Kanela, the garden of the big garden.
Okay, in the main yard.
Hi, Alasamba, garden banning, but garden banning, you can say in this week, Fonko, wire.
Garden, there is a big garden, but then the garden was divided, and one portion was meant for the cattle.
Now, in your estimation, how many cattle were found in this ring?
Numbers. Because of Debitala, 1 o'clock ma alo ye me afu ngam atudu wafuro man damu tanyala wafuro man banyala adu ma ko difana kalo ni nanka mo membi.
No, I cannot tell because I went there by 1 and I did not stay long. And the buying and selling did not start in
you know, that was the first day.
And it never ended.
And you reached at about 1 p.m. By estimation, the first day of sales, were you able to find at least 100 bulls in Kanilai?
Abe menyi nkabo lumo minna nyim follow keta nyim firo fo nin so min sita fo nin sikeme o trajele no I didn't know.
But in your statement you said, if you look at number 3 of your statement, you told the investigators that there were many cattle that you found in a barbed wire fence.
Ako lumo min na inara ye in the investigate kabri be ida ipo epongole ko yenin si jamale tradu ye babo ya fence
nganin sol de targe bari makot malo nin sa po men bije malo bebola je malo nin sa po men fana traje.
I went there, I found a lot of cattle, but I did not count them. When I was also leaving, I could not tell how many.
No, he said he found cattle, but he cannot tell the numbers.
No.
My question now is, if the way it is written in his statement, he said he found many cattle. What is his understanding about finding many cattle?
Sabeni ngaga iko kabri frere yenin si jamale traje so ebuna min woto ko ni ko ganin si jamale traje
ko jama ya da ba da fotanna fo men siata wote ya da ba fo ngani si jamale traje adu ima account.
It's possible even if they are 10 in number, but once you don't count you can never tell. What you can say is that I found a lot of cattle there.
No, that is in fact the kind of figures we want to hear. Whether you found 10, 100 or 200 cattle based on your personal estimations, because, no, just let me learn, because if you are able to propose a price for a cattle, you should be able to know, even not the exact number of cattle within that perimeter, but you should be able to have an idea as to, you know, the numbers. Because you cannot determine a bull for $12,000, just like that. You must be able to see what kind of bull you are targeting for 12,000, and how many of those bulls you really tap for 12,000. Because in between 1 to 4 p.m., it's a lot of hours. So meaning you should be able to tell us, okay, I have proposed for at least 10 cattle or 20 cattle to be sold at 12,000.
Ako kabri tada ite ninsikili ya fuko ninsikili asiwafu no 12,000. Okay, bari alo ite beje kabri 144. So isa fono at least ninsitam also. Was ni sitama ko isa fono ni solsi wafu no 12,000 bari omang.
Hani nana ta na me ite nan do lo no because of method.
Oh, I cannot tell and I cannot because I did not count them.
Mapot.
Sai mbatu baba. I need all my yitandil. Eta ko menna price o sekeno wuli tanding fulat. Eta la miro. Wonyanta kake nisi jallati ite me ya lonko ila miro to iko wala nyanta kake 12,000 nati wala fo nisi kilin drong ete ya moro di ala wolto ko anyanta ko wala wafi wul tanding fula.
Nde atarje abe niso me wafuka 5,000. Ni anyi ni ga ba fule. Nje kai ko wala ni siata wotili de ake 12,000. Anata bonsin na atata aniya kacha bar min so min fama bige wotumo yena ko mo famu nda fo do la nyimbu nyire because of ni mamme yitan mallo ama ni ngon don defane ala ko lawo
baba woto kamala ite ni se kelena taman seray pour ayo wafi wuli tannim fulal aman tambe kelene
ngamen fa anata men fo ni ngol ka sa ko ka nana ta nay nyinin ka yena ko mo fam menna nsa fa ko ni munyin dal
so no is it that the consultations he made with you for pricing, you also propose other prices aside from the 12K price tag?
Say it again, Honorable.
My question is, you said he will come and show you patterns and seek your advice in terms of pricing. Did you propose other prices that actually varied from the 12K that you proposed for the other bull?
Maybe 15,000 in Karefai.
I did that. I did give him some different prices for different cattle. And then we go, but I would not be able to tell now how he ended up selling these cattle.
That, you know, the idea here is, what we're trying to do here is to make sure we have a clear picture of how the transaction had happened.
Laftamin kela or laftamin itandila wala ka long exactly coming ni firo pe atatana coming aketa nyadile.
And from my understanding, it seems you only recommended one price, which is the 12K. However, from the follow-up questions, it seems you are still informing the committee that some of the prices you suggested was at 12K, some at 10K. Is that right?
Yes.
So I come in for them. It is so me 12,000. But after another advice to the community, Yanta Wafula Min. Correctly.
Another 9 Yininka. Nsafa ko iba Wafula Jinela.
Yes, it was correct. Because every time he came to me, he would ask for advice. Then I would tell him how much to sell a particular cattle. Then he would write and go. But I would not know how much he sold them.
Why and where does the idea of pegging our prices to SEFA emerge from instead of Dalasi? Understanding the fact that the sales was happening within the Gambia. Why SEFA?
Gambia jang muna tinna nim piro be ke kan wara nin sol or any other piro. Mo ka SEFA use ke. Jamu Dalasi banko le. Muna SEFA ko.
Yo muna kan gar SEFA use je. Ngarta nin sol san Senegal frontiero la SEFA le. Isasan SEFA wultan nani. Isasan no SEFA nankam yini kar kuma SEFA. Ni na ko SEFA period o bo dubela ya bondi ya waf dala sol.
The reason is that we normally buy these cattle from the borders or from inside Senegal, bring them to the Gambia. And when we come to the Gambia, we definitely have to calculate how much money we have spent in terms of the SEFA and also charge the same price. So that we will definitely be able to come out of the transaction.
Mr. Kora, finally, considering the fact that you have participated in the sales suggesting different prices ranging from 10K, 12 to 50K, converting SEFA to Dalasi, will it be right to say you have spent more than the time that you told us? That is to say from 1 to 4. It seems you have stayed beyond 4 p.m. to help the team. Is that right?
Time was spent. Because advice people I can advise you so it's about 3 hours I am it is a pero can lie as another time 3 hours.
Sinkali yara na ko ngan kali ben na to nyaala fala man tambi wala je 4 o'clock man tambi wala je na.
I can swear on the Quran that this is the exact time I really spent in Kanil like that.
That you already swore. And we don't have mistrust in you. However, we are just trying to establish facts and also understanding that, you know, it is over 7-8 years. With your age, there might be issues that you might forget. So our questions are coming simply because, you know, to bring in elements that you might forget. But it's not about we mistrust.
Already, and I ko amanke ko manlela kuma kangol. And because ni school metale sanji wala koman. Alon ko ibe min poka. Ni abe be nyinyi nkara pour ka tonya pintin di banda. Wala mala bara amanke ko manlela.
Yo, since you don't buy anything, I think for me, this is the end of my questions, and thank you for your time.
Okay.
sanje kabri tata wala nyini karo dan tawo
Thank you very much, Chair. And thank you very much, Mr. Kora, for coming and helping the Special Select Committee.
Honorable Memo Benimbara la Benimbara Purkana Jankamol Mako, Kakumol Mimbe Kiri Kasenan.
Yes, apart from Kanilai, that you've explained in very clear terms why you went there, did you go to any other place that belonged to the former president in terms of seeing cattle or any other animals?
Ako Kanilai kola ya pole pana muna na itata Kanilai. Fodula do be jele be ya lon ko ninsi wa pole be itata jebam nimmanke Kanilai.
Mama be femfen.
I did not go anywhere and I did not take part in anything.
Yes, in your statement and also on your submissions here orally, you do mention Jallo. Who is this Jallo?
Ila statement to anila kacha to iba ko kan Jallo jumale nyin Jallo ti
Ngamentar ni suwa fula Kanilai.
this is the Jallo I found selling the cattle at Kanilai.
Do you have his telephone number?
What ala number be bulle ba nyin Jallo?
Honey.
No, I don't have it.
Have you ever communicated with him outside Kanilai?
Honey.
No.
Okay. How many? Just 1 second.
Oh, go ahead. Oh.
Okay. Mr. Koran, we have information from our witness. His name is Ali Jallo. And he said that he met with you. And I would like to play that video. So that you can listen to tell what he said. And then you can confirm whether this is the fact or otherwise. Yes, we'll get the technicians to play that short clip. Thank you. Just a moment.
Conducted. You had specific instructions to you that you were supposed to carry out at the time, and you did more than that. I didn't have to tell you. So you believe that if you do more than the attorney general instructed, you are not supposed to. I do have the attorney general. When you relocated the former president's family from Kogi to another house, you did not inform the attorney general. You don't know what like that. It doesn't make necessary. I don't have to take in that counsel. Not only that, because I'm not supposed to do that. I did not tell that. You are not supposed to do that. That's why I did not tell that. I want to get your opinion. I want to get your opinion. That's your opinion. It's not mine. I'm not giving you my opinion here. The Attorney General was very specific, and he informed this committee that Attorney General said I should.
Honorable.
Yes, Mr. Kora, what we're going to do is we're going to continue until the technicians sort out the video so that we can play out. So that to avoid time wasted because it's getting too late now. So we'll continue with the question and then we'll come back to this particular one. All right. Now, can they stop this video? All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kora. Mr. Kora, during this period of time, how many telephone numbers do you have during this period of time? How many telephone numbers do you have?
Mr. Kora, what telephone number jelle be bulu? They were about, I think there were 2.
Okay, I'm going to give the clerk a paper, and then you can write those telephone numbers for me. Those telephone numbers you have. No, because we know we are live, and the whole world is watching, and for your own privacy, we think it's better for you to write it for me. So that, yeah. Yes. So let me write those 2 telephone numbers here. Put over here. Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora.
Now, I'm going to go back to the previous question, where I want to play a video, short video that's showing what Aliu actually has said that you've met with him prior, so that you can listen to exactly what he said to get clarity.
Ko ikana video min play wala coming Aliu min play la karola ko al benta dame anal nyolo nyat kita nyat ha kabina wala play.
Yes, go ahead, let's get the video.
So ngalala mo isa.
I will calm you down. That is my nature, and I will no longer allow that possibility. But we went and did the pricing of the couple. And I think you don't have to worry. You are not the one who have conduct of the sales. The people who are on the ground you found are the ones who have conduct of the sales. So please, you don't have to worry. But after that, I have no word with him. Thank you. Okay. Would you speak to Mr. Kora in person or you speak over the phone? What is your Mr. Kora? Because when you and he has come here and assisted us, I feel I need to make him not to worry. But he has no responsibility. Assistant me. You are not the one conducting the show. So why are you trying to give assurances to somebody that was not even supposed to be part of? You are only part here in the entire show. Why do you feel the need to give him the assurance? I assure him I am a considerate person, and for me, you have assisted me. And I feel your role could be, misrepresented in the affair as a human being who believes in myself and who believes in God.
Yes, thank you. So I think interpreter, you can interpret that for him.
Mr. Kora, you name Aliu Jallo, he come in for Jallo. And I don't know Janne, as they say they are. I can't
yes, hold on before we move forward. Now, is this the Jallo you were talking about? You know Aliu?
Yeah,
thank you. Okay, go ahead.
You know, Janne as seated and Ayato. Akaye Polanum, Pur Aye in Bad Pur Yene Mapoi, Ninsoka price, Ninsolka.
Yes.
I can't call them. Purianaji, ye mako. Was it? Okay.
Okay. From this conversation,
Ini alivla kachato.
Ali is saying that actually you were helping them
Ako ibe mako ikandenu.
for pricing of the cattle.
Kono ni so Carol.
And he was asked a question, did he meet you in person?
So abe minika ko aliu nene alnene mita alnene nyom alnene bentele bang. Kanyo physically. It never happened except at Kanilai.
So you are saying that you've never met Aliu prior to Kanilai, and you have not met Aliu after the sale, and you don't have his telephone number.
Even when for wala mintiko. Janil pure alnene aliu alnene mamben. Pure pana for alnene mamben. And do a telephone number for our table. No, all this did not start. No.
The line, your telephone.
No, it did not happen.
Okay.
Nde ali Jallo ngatari kanilai le sansan ko.
I only found him at Kanilai during the process.
Okay. So you are confirming that you have not met with Aliu before the sale, or after the sale, or during the special sitting of this committee. You've not met with him, and you have not spoken to him on the telephone.
So abe min foka wala janning firo da ka muda ening Aliu mambeng. Firo wala ina mambeng. Abi alman kacha andung jitam para waru ma be sedia dikam ina mambe.
Hani naman kacha ta wadi kin ne birin yento fo arajoto.
Okay.
We did not meet except when their name was mentioned on the radio.
Utumole Aliu en telephone.
That was the time Aliu called me
Akonye ko ibe firo fo kan.
that there is some sale going on,
Bari ite man fenkije.
but you have not done anything in that process.
Anga ite man fenkije de fonga de ma to mendila.
I did not do anything except to help you in the pricing of these cattle.
Yes. Let's get this clear. The call, when Aliu called, was it during the sitting of the special committee, or what exactly happened until Aliu called you?
Aliu ko wati jumale ko mo ke ko Aliu ko ko mo commissioner ala do stand up ko mo Aliu ko wati jumale.
Hani utumo commissioner man start.
No, that was before the start of this commission.
Kabrin fenke Ismail Sise di amuta arajoto.
When Ismail spoke on the radio,
Utubole da ayen Paul.
that was the time Aliu called me.
So how did Aliu get your number to call you?
Aliu telephone number soto nyaadi
Sila malonde ma fatata atodu.
No, I cannot confirm how he got it.
And you know, Mr. Kora, we are able to get, if you want to, the call records, like whether you call or he call you. Since for the past few years, we are able to get that.
Ako fari min lon ne bang ining Aliu al kolo min ka tanong altim. Isi wo no o dole boy wolon ne ba.
It's also to know when you barinal Aliu la diabo keta wo pri.
I know you can get that, you can get the call record, but my conversation with Aliu was only once.
Okay, thank you. Now on his statement that he has given us on number 7.
Ito pa mo yung statement mo yung mean the number 7.
I'm going to read. It says during.
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
During my visits, I only saw the sheriff once. He was seated with his team writing receipts. Apart from him and Mr. Jallo, there were security officers present as well. As members of the public.
So,
Okay. I did not exchange contacts with anyone, nor did I receive any form of compensation. Now this sheriff, who is this sheriff you are referring to?
Wolo mu atodu penketi ni ngaji je punya
Tabali. Okay. So how do you know that he was the sheriff?
Ngamoy jallo le ya.
English.
I heard Jallo saying it.
Okay. Now, do you have any kind of conversation with the sheriff?
Training Serif ya kacha sotoleba.
Nama penso.
I have not had any conversation with him.
Did he ever call you or have you ever called him?
Faye ko anene kolba wala fenene ya kolba.
Doto nene ma call.
Doto, I have never called him, he never called me.
Nene man call.
Okay, thank you. Then the other question I have is the cattle buyers.
Ninsi Sanal.
Do you know any one of them?
Pemo lonye konoba.
And mel nata je volunteer fulol mel tarje ani nga mol mel tarje mailo.
Those that came there, I do not know them.
Did you make any referral? Because since you are involved in the cattle business in the Gambia, and you know cattle business normally like Abuko, Birkaman for the most part, and maybe and some other lumos, do you refer anybody to buy any cattle from the sale?
By ite delta wa pirol kabrim marcel to fo lumol to. Mo somebody taman sedi jela pura ta sandiro ke jeba.
Ani.
No.
I
have not referred anybody.
All right. So thank you very much. That's all I have for today.
Abarkabake.
Mr. Kora, based on Alexander's statement or his audio,
Mr. Kora,
he said that you were worried when you heard your name. And then he called to assure you have nothing to fear.
Sorry?
He called to assure that you have nothing to fear. Because you are not involved in the sales. Is that correct or wrong?
Yes, he told me that. He said you did not do anything there. You are not involved in the sale.
So were you worried?
It did not worry me. I was not worried.
So why the call?
Huh? I really do not know why he called me because I did not call him.
Thank you.
Okay. Abarka.
Thank you very much. Mr. Kora, I have only 2 questions.
Mr. Kora,
my first question is, why did you suggest 12,000 for a cow which is big, which is healthy, and is nice? Why did you suggest 12,000?
It is the cost of the cow. That's why I said that.
Yes, but you are thinking of selling that cow based on the market value.
But it doesn't mean so you want to ajarta men marsi wala karol.
But the market value for a big cow, a nice cow,
but marsi auto ni so me yaloko awarata.
What was sold at 12,000?
Moto wafela wultan
$12,000.
Moto wafela wultan nimfula wo tembo. The cow I saw, the one I sold him. In my own estimation, I think one can buy that at 12,000 that day.
So, for example, that cow was his cow. Would you sell that cow at 12,000?
Yes, that's why I told him that.
Okay. My only question is, you went to Kanilai twice. But when you were there the first day, you said the buyers were not happy with your presence.
Yes.
So you left.
Ibotaje.
Ha natata.
Yes, I left there.
But then the second day,
Barlum fulanjang kotenke.
you decided to go back.
Imurta kotenke. Yata kamurje kotenke.
Even though you know that the people, the crowd is not happy with your presence.
Hani ayatari lalundo be into ko mul man kontani ila tarolaje. Yes.
But then you went back anyway.
But wo be fana inata murje kotenke. Yes, I went back.
What wanted you to go back?
Mune murundije.
Pour kata hani bi kadira ko long kataje.
Yes.
Wolu ngalo kamfata bari imam balaw. But nani last time
just to go back there to know the place, because that day they were angry, but they did not protest. So it was only on the second day that they protested.
Yeah, also, my question.
Na kumakan labang, nyininkar labang.
From your interviews.
Ila ya interview menke.
With Kerfatu, especially with Kerfatu.
Surtout Kerfatu television auto.
You said I have announcement here.
Iko yakibaro moy Janneh.
And when there was June,
and kabring wato in sita,
I went there.
Mtataje.
That chair was in your house where you are holding the...
Kabri kodron jandron woya ita ko ibe damen to wotem bola mem mi la korda kono ti la suwo kono ti.
That's what we are.
Wala tinna ibo dinkiraton. No.
Ngamoy basel.
I heard it from Basse.
Ite nata yentari nabumulo kono jambiri na.
They came and found me in my house.
Yes, I know that. But was
no
announcement here. When I was here.
Ari tebe kat jabiro la wato iko ngan kibaro nyim moy Janneh.
Wala mu okay, wala mu yati ngonga amo yati. Pari kumo Kenya la moti.
That means in my home, but that's how just to put it. But I said I had it here, my home.
Mm-hmm. So you had the information at your home.
Yeah.
But you had information at your home, but it's not a radio announcement.
But what is saying a confirmation on you sort of for Yakibaro Moyale, but I monkey radio announcement. Yes.
Not in the street, yes. Mm-hmm. So you did not have information on the street.
Woto e manki baro fana moy silo kande.
Ngo ngamo ya na bitiko lo mu yati na bitiko. Na bitiko to basi.
Yes, I had it in my home.
Mo dawo da na bitiko li na pelo bi mba ko na le ya.
Yes, wherever you are, where your shop is, where your home is, you will call it your home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ngamo ya.
My place.
What I'm saying is, you had the information. Not in the radio. Not an announcement.
You deserve kibaro ko ala announce kibaro. For us na kibaro ni announcement be ko le. What you want to do?
You heard it from people.
You heard from people.
Not over the media.
Honey.
Amanke ko yamoy newspaper wala kibar gundal.
Okay, thank you very much.
Abarkaba.
I just stand here. I want Mr. Kora to help us here.
Mr.
The Maninka language.
Yes.
The word ya.
Yes.
And in Nabitigo. Which is, I did the same, Mr. Kora. Yeah, when we say I means go.
Ako Mr. Kora, iya woni na bitikola. For mo kilin na tibang ako niya mo iya, wo mo na suwo kono.
Hani ndeli ko iya, ibe dawo da nila bitikolo mu, hanila balinglo mu iba fo le iya tambe iya.
Yeah, for
can you call iya in Mandinka?
Huh?
Where you considered now? Can you call iya?
Hani nda fo le jamu iya.
No, I will not call it iya.
My iya today. Ni nebulato ni mbeke benna bitiko la yalo mbenna asilo ka mbenna korda ko no yalo mbenna bu ko no yalo
If I'm in my shop, it's my year. It's my home.
In your office?
It's half a year.
Mr. Kora,
But
I think, I mean, more susu.
Yo, official new for Angale Kanal for Telegraph.
I mean, Nico, woman's work.
Pitiko and Safu, yeah. Nico, I'm going to be to Menabiko Colombe Yalitan.
I may not be it's different. Because I mean, how to put it? What happened is, yes, and I'm to help me there because when you see, if I come to say, where are you? You see,
ako ninge kumandi nke ko ibe minto e kanye ko mbeya ko ko munete
mbeya nadulabo ndela dulabo mbeje.
It means my place. That's where I am. My place. You can call your home my place. You can call anywhere my place.
Mr. Kora, when you came here, you gave us 78. Is it 70? Where are you staying in Banyu here?
Huh?
Where are you staying in Banyu?
Number 16 Bokul Street.
You said number 16 Bokul Street mean yeah. If you said not Bitiko, not Albert Market, Bitiko, I use Bitiko, but not yeah.
Kabrina yang nombal di mola ko be sabatirin damen. Ni ayatere ko yawo ni ayatere le Bitiko be Marseille kon la Albert Market kon. Eta fal ko iya Albert Market.
Ibe dame ni be dame ile dulalam. Ikra fo le iya.
Where place belongs to you, where you are, if at all that place belongs to you, you can call that my place, my home. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's contextual problem.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh. Come to the end of party.
Mr. Koro,
If you want to.
So, thank you, Honorable Chair. So, Mr. Koro, I'll just pick up from where Honorable Sal stopped, and then we conclude for today. You've given us five different points or 5 different instances in which you learned about the news of what was going on in Kanilai and when you decided to go to Kanilai.
Mr. Kora, laftale Mr. Honorable Saria Lo Damen nga commencé wot. Ya bunda lulle di molla. Mais ya yita pour ite futa Kanilai nyaadi la wala kibaro so ka futa Kanilai nyaadi.
The first point was that you had it, according to your statement, you had it in one of the towns on your way. In one of the towns on your way from Basse to Kombo. The other point you said you had it from people around the garage where your shop is located in Basse.
Iko kotenke ya moy mola ila bidiko to kabri bela bidiko to ya moy mola men ba fo ka ila bidiko balaje ba fo ka iba kuma ko nyin fo ka wafiro kuma ko fo.
You said you heard it in the news.
In iko kotenke ya moy kibarol to.
You said you've heard it from the radio.
Iko ya moy radio to.
You saw people at the junction in on the way to Kanilai or on the way past Kanilai, you saw people coming out of Kanilai with cattle.
Eko yamol fananje kabri pre Kanilai Johnson o yamol nin so je kabonan Kanilai ma fangala.
You've said your house, which you've now concluded that your shop is part of your.
Saintem kotenke iko iya men yaita ko ila bidiko fanambo yala kono.
Which one should the committee believe?
Sain committee belala jimala tala nyin kono.
Afa ngambe kenda statement.
He said what he put in the statement.
So what you just told Honorable Sar, that one is not true. We should set it aside.
Woto akamunte yemen fo Honorable Sare woke manke tonya de ngoda bondi.
Yalo ya ndeli yalo mu ani nabiti kola yena ko famu ani basel tela ni bitiko nyimbe basele.
You know, for us, my place and my shop.
Yeah.
For me, I have my shop.
Yeah.
All this implies my place, my home.
Mr. Kora, I'm sure you know, because at the beginning of your testimony, the chair of this committee had read out a statement to you, warning you, or I'd rather say cautioning you about the consequences that follow giving false information to this committee.
Mr. Korangamere hakilo be nyinkanko kabrimbe na kacha kumasela chairmano ya kumakon karanye membe denning ka kuma konyin committee memman sabati.
And that statement is not a cosmetic thing that the committee just does at the beginning of its proceeding.
And woman ke kuma kanti men committee ka don dankoron kunyala ninya ni be kachabunda yele.
Where the committee finds that at the end of its work, finds that you have appeared here and given the committee false information or concealed information from this committee.
Nin committee yala do ko parendi anata nyin kalamuta ko ite nata jang bari yakumale fo committee memman soto wala yakumale mabo committee oma menyanta tarla committee la londoto.
It will attract very strict and serious consequences. That's it. Thank you. Honorable Chair, that's all I have for the witness.
Okay.
Sorry? Yes, if the witness, if Mr. Kora has any remarks to make, then he can do so now. If not, then we can conclude.
So, Mr. Kora, ni kumakan soto, igala fla kamenfo, igala kumakan labaonto, isaita.
Yo, afoye mbe itempila mbe jaila.
I thank you all very much.
Katu nyibemu banku dalalet.
This is all part of nation building.
Itelme fanki jang.
You did not put yourselves here. It is the people that put you here. A thing like this, to investigate that, I know that's not a problem. I know that it is only the truth that will last. And I'm sure that's what you are on. But the one thing, it's not easy to deal with human beings. For a long time we have been seated to say something that is not true. It may happen to me.
Apologize.
But I will apologize you. That whatever I said, if in the event I said something that is not true, for the fact that because of because of the way I put it, I do apologize. Because I have not also, there is nothing that got me into this other than to help. That is the reason why I thank you very much. You are doing it for everybody. May Allah reward you all.
Yes, thank you. Just to, since we are closing, just to remind the witness that lying on the oath is a criminal offense in the Gambia.
Ke hakilo bulandi nyina ko kafaniya fo kali ikali kola womu criminal offense.
Yes, because he's an elder and I don't want to infer anything that what he has said.
bayitam alfalti malafika so taje ila kuma kanwala tenden.
Yeah, but if it is determined that any of your statements was untrue, that's a criminal offense, and that the committee cannot do anything about because that's perjury.
Bari ni ayatari ko nak do kuo konola anata sabati ko ite mem fo jang wo man sabati wode o manke committee la control do kuti silande loi le betama ka wot.
Exactly, and that's why I wanted to make that very clear to him.
Wala atina lafta kayita pour soma kama nin ku ko mo nata sele ko kun nin kan loi ya mem fo loi be baral men nambe barala wol.
Okay.
Yeah, we thank you very much.
Okay.
Nyeten du bak.
So it appears we have come to the end of this session.
Akamunta sai mfutata liro sutiata tonga mfutata kuo bandulaga.
We thank him very much for his cooperation.
Ila songo anila munyo ni watu bela.
And he is now released.
Wato sai yamfate mala isetano.
Thank you very much.
Abaraka baka.
Okay.
Minto banjul jang. Ani bar sainte.